Hi Capricorns, welcome to your mid-month readings. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences at this time. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. So, Capricorns, I feel that you are still hearing the continuation of some of the energy that I read for the general March reading, in which one of your challenges was about relationship aspects. And more than you possibly being challenged about the relationships within your sphere, within your life right now, and trying to decide, trying to process where the love exists in them and where it doesn't. This is a test of the relationship you are having about yourself as a unit, as a whole. I see some of you sad and crying, which is a natural, process when we are called to leave something behind, to turn another page to the future, to leave something that is meaningful to us, to something that we deeply love, but that for some reason is stopped growing or is stopped giving to us that sense of love back. And so there's a need to go after better conditions and to not settle for less than what you deserve. So self-love plays a long way here about one of the biggest issues that possibly you are confronting during this mid-month, because I feel that out there's a world of possibilities. You know that out there's plenty of love that you trust you will find once you leave something behind. But still, what's behind you is something in which you have put a lot of your time, a lot of your love, a lot of your dedication, a lot of your care into. And this applies itself to relationships because it's showing up as being the prime factor here, but also applies to any other thing in which you have put a lot of yourself into, and that you are understanding that possibly you need to leave behind and write another chapter in your life where there's more passion, where there's growth, where there's inspiration. I feel that some Capricorns are battling, with leaving their comfort zones, with seeking more, with being more, and knowing that there's more, but at the same time it's like a heavy chain, that for me it's showing up here as being a heavy chain of indecision and letting go, starting over. That it's happening because even though some of you may not, like where you are, either physically or emotionally, it's still what you know. It's still what you are, rooted in. And giving up something that we are rooted in, even if it's not working, even if it's hurting, it is painful. And so there's tough decisions ahead, I feel, during this mid-month, or you may acknowledge that there is tough decisions ahead. Some Capricorns, I feel they need to watch their emotional reactions. I feel some of you will get angry, or there's anger steaming or coming forward, either because someone is not being the best to you, or someone is not giving you what you are seeking, or not the answers you're looking for. There's anger steaming from relationship factors that are relationships that possibly are not working, or that are difficult to find, a common path in which you could go. I also feel that there's anger and stemming from frustration of those stagnant waters. So again, it's important, before you jump the gun, before you project anything to the others, to get to the other or others, or whichever this is about, it's important for you to first review and acknowledge if possibly that anger, that frustration is not more due to the fact that you are you are stagnant and you see everybody around you moving on and having, going on with their lives except you. But this is not an issue of others. This is an issue of you, that for some reason you're still dealing with, trying to understand this journey of letting go. I also feel that besides that, frustration and anger are signs that there's things to be released. There's things to be expressed, because when they're not, again, those reactions is what come forward, and then they leave us very uncomfortable. I feel that some Capricorns know that they need to turn the page on something. They just don't know how to do it in a way that feels right or pleasant. And I feel honestly that it won't be, for some of you, the most pleasant terms in which you will leave something behind. Because it was a very meaningful phase of your life. It was something that was dear and precious. It was something that you created an attachment to. And the new seed and the new path of change in which you are going through is still unknown. So there's a lot of at stake here, I feel, for some of you, not knowing if you should, pursue the risk of doing that when you don't have any certainties. You just have this big notion that the world is big and full of possibilities, that you want more, that you're craving more. And if, your partner, your friends, your family, or the world in which you are surrounded by is not coming forward, then you need to go. I also feel that there is an issue with big differences of temperaments between, the relationships you have in your life right now, which causes, again, the lack of comprehension or understanding of each other, which is the same challenge you had for March, lovers. So first of all, the biggest challenge of all for me with the lovers is to understand this duality, this polarity in which we all exist, between the masculine and the feminine, the light and the shadow, love and hate, and how everything is just a polarity of the same center, the same axis of truth. So you may decide to go on one side or the other, but the truth is that possibly it's time. You're feeling the calling to go somewhere else. You're feeling the calling to have new relationships, or to meet new people, or to find out more about love that feels different, that feels better to what you are deep down seeking. I feel that the next new moon on March 28th, I believe, will be important and decisive. The next new moon cycle will be decisive for Capricorns to go and take the steps to change. Right now, it's still very on the process of decision. You're still in battling with needing to make decisions, which is also the challenge here with lovers, is how do I make this decision? Do I go left? Do I go right? How can I leave this behind, but I need to go? Or dealing with, people leaving you. It could also be. But regardless on which side of the coin you are, the thing that I'm sensing here is that there's other horizons for you to pursue, for you to explore, to expand your life and your knowledge about what really relationships are about, beginning with you. I also feel that there may be issues with, love triangles, interferences to relationships that cause or are causing this, need to review the moment you are within relationships, particularly to committed partnerships here, but also to, dating and people that you were believing, things were firmly rooted, and somehow you end up realizing that they're not as rooted as you were or believed they were. I feel that you should treat yourself and the situation with kindness, putting the focus on you. I know this is hard when we're dealing with love and any type of relationships, but I feel that it's important for you to look at yourself right now as a priority and with ambition. Meaning, do you want to have more because you feel and you know you are more and you deserve more? Or do you want to content yourself with something that you know it's not enough, but either because of convention or comfort or insecurity or attachment, I'm going to settle with a situation that deep down doesn't make me happy? So there's a need to observe consciously the situation, detach from, the shadows of emotions here, and allow yourself to be very straight about this line, this soul path in which you want to go, which is one of growth and newness. I also feel that you just want newness. For those who are single, I feel that the relationship and the love you're after is out there. It's in a different place. You will find love and connections that you are craving once you leave something behind and once you go in this journey. And you will find love in all senses, in different places, in unexpected places. Some of you could also be dealing with the fact that you are attracting very unconventional relationships that test your views, that test your, your old outdated beliefs or ways. And you're battling with the decision on its own there. Do I dare to try this new vision of love and relationship, or do I leave it behind? So there's a lot to contemplate and measure, but especially to look at your heart, listen to it, because that's where you'll find the answer of what's best for you, of what truly makes you happy, of what truly makes you go after things when you wake up. And if you need to cry, if you need to be, on this energy of release, don't fight it. Don't hide it. Be honest about how you're feeling, because as you are honest about how you're feeling and you release these energies, then the relief comes and the clarity comes about what do you want to do? What do you deserve out of life, and why you're possibly, some of you, settling for things that are not functioning anymore. So I hope you have a great mid-month. Thank you so much for all of you who have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, donating. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.